Welcome back to the wonderful world of technology. In this video, I would like to show you how to use Google Docs in Google Classroom. So we're going to create a new doc from an assignment. We're going to edit that document. Then I'm going to show you how the students will receive that document. And lastly, let's see it from the student perspective after the assignment is assigned formally. So here in Google Classroom, I'm going to go to Classwork and I'm going to create a new assignment. I'm going to randomly call this Chapter 5 Questions, and then I'm going to provide some instructions for the students. Number 1, please read Chapter 5 from your textbook. Then number 2, answer the questions in the document below. Be sure and turn in the assignment. I find that step 3 there is almost important because so many students forget to hit that done button. So I can add a document that I've already created in my Google Drive or a link or a file on my computer, or I can create one. I'm going to create today a Google Doc. And this is going to automatically open up a new document. So as we see, it's untitled, but I'm going to go ahead and change that to Chapter 5 Questions. And while I'm here, I've just copied and pasted the title. I'm going to go ahead and format it a little bit, and I'm going to center it here. If you like to have a header of some kind, you can just double click on the header on the top there and include things like name, date, or section numbers, or your class, English or math or whatever. All right, now I'm going to provide some instructions here. Please respond. Google starts to give me some options here. And so if I hit Tab, then it automatically fill in what it suggests to the prompts in the space provided. All right, so number 1. Who is Bo and what did he do at the lake? Next question is describe, or next prompt, describe the events that happened at the campfire. And lastly, how did Angela respond? And what would you have done? All right, so I think I'm good to go with this. So I'm going to come back to Google Classroom here, and I want to point out to you something very important. Over here, this tells you what the students can do with that document. They can view it, which means it's a view only. They can't read, they can't edit it, they can't change it, they can't even copy it. But what they can do is, if you want them to edit this, that means everybody is a collaborator and the entire class will be working on the exact same document. We'll show you that in a different video with spreadsheets. This one I'm going to do is make a copy for each student. So each student gets a copy and they just fill it in on their own. And we'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. Adding a topic, of course. Due date is important. Again, the due date is important because it adds to the to-do list and to the calendar of a student. You can add a rubric if you'd like, or just points up there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Assign, and then we're going to come over here to the the student view, and see what the student sees. All right, so Swenson just posted a new assignment. Let me click on that. Please read. Okay, I've done that already. Answer the questions in the document. Oh, so over here is the document. It's in your work. Now, I had it as a teacher, I had it below, but it's actually over here in the student work. So you might want to change that and say, answer the questions in your work. All right, so it already has created the document for them. So when I, as a student, click on this, I see exactly what is here, but it's a separate. Notice it puts my name, Wesley Swenson NEASC, Chapter 5 Questions. My name is now added as a to the beginning of the assignment title. So now I can start to answer these questions however I would like, and then when I'm done, I can just turn it in. I'm done. So I can turn in from here, or I can turn in from here. It actually doesn't matter. So as a student, I'm going to go ahead and turn it in right here. And it's going to open it up in Google Classroom. And if I were already signed in perfectly, it would have just thrown me straight there. All right, so now it's going to confirm, do I want to turn that in? And the answer is yes. So each student gets a copy of their own work. Now let's come back here to the teacher view, and then I can see what the student has done. So it says one student has turned in. So I'm going to view that assignment, and I can see my student's work here of all that was added to that document, and then I can provide a grade to it if I would like. Remember that you also have options to make comments and whatnot in here. You can click on something and add a comment because you like something they did. So for example, if you prefer them to have spelling, you can say, spelling, or you can ask further question. I didn't quite understand this, so I'm just highlighting the thing I want to comment on, and please take this idea a little further. And then I can comment on that. Then of course I can do a private comment for the whole thing, provide a grade, and then I can return it to the student. Now let me just show you what that looks like as the students received it. Back, now it's been submitted. And as a teacher, as a student, I'm now looking at my work. Now it says here's my grade, 100 out of 100. I can go in now and I can see the comments that the teacher made. And let's show those. Here it says, oh, spelling error here, please take this idea a little bit further. So I would encourage you that if you are making comments, to encourage your students to go back and read all the comments. So here I would say, please read all the comments in the document. And then as a student, I can see that, and it would remind me to see those comments and to look that up. All right. I hope you found that enjoyable. Have a good one.